Okay, welcome everyone. It's Enrico Jenko. I'm the Signal. Just want to do an impromptu session real quick. I had to check out some functionality in the software, the communication software here. So I want to check that out. So because of that, I guess I do a little training on shooting in the gym. Training on training. It's what I like to do on the weekends, actually. On the weekend, I like to do some training. I like to make sure that before Sunday arrives that I'm still into the flow of the market and the flow of my process. Any emotional issues can surely change up your perception of the market and what you're doing. So you kind of want to keep your process always just the same all the time to overcome whatever you're going through emotionally. So one of the ways, most important ways to me, that I like to train, I like to look at where I might have had an error in the week before, where I did not do as well as I wanted to, where I lost a trade, where I did not want to. No one wants to lose a trade, so I want to go back and look at that and see what prompted me to even take the trade at that point. Why did I take the trade at that point? What tricked me, right? What got to me? Was it an emotional time frame for me? What was it? The process? What happened? So I'm going to look at a loss that I actually took last week. Let me get into here and try to find it real quick. This is all about staying sharp, though. I got a good story about really staying sharp. I'll talk to you at the end of this, though. We're gonna get right to this, though. I'm not gonna waste your time. I know it's the weekend. You got things you want to do, so let me see. Let's find out where I think it was. It was at like 7 o'clock that I took the loss. Let me see. 7 o'clock. 9:30. I'll find it. Oh, I think it goes right there. This 7 o'clock one right here, I believe. Right, here it goes right here. It was for 10 contracts. As you can see, I lost 25, 45, 447. I'm looking at this. I already know just by the ticket what mistakes that I made on it. But I want to really look at it and see what else we could find with it. All right. I'm on TradingView. This is where I do my charts. This is also where our boy lives, the real-time binary option instrument lives in TradingView also. So when it's time for you to get actually access to our boy, the script itself, it's on TradingView, and you get invited to that, and you get the script. On to the training. That was 6:30. What day was that? 7 o'clock. December 12th at 7 o'clock. I'm talking about 6:30. Let's go back there. Let me see. December the 12th. Oh, that's why. All right. All right, this is 6:30 right here. 7 o'clock was this one right here. The close of this. Right? So it went up. It was going up, and right here got that pushback right under 5. Okay, we're gonna watch. Actually, I'm gonna put this on the 1 minute. Let's go to it on the 1 minute. I'm gonna go to a plain old chart. Let's go to a clean chart here, and let's go back to 12. Let's go back to about 6:30. Okay, there it goes right there. So what I want to do, I'm going to replay it. Yeah, I'm just going to replay it back so I can look at it how it happened. I could do it from 6:30 to that 7 o'clock and really just look at how it happened. If we look at it just now, just going through it, at 6:55 we have the market going up with a little two-sided trading going on. 6:56 market makes a nice push up. 6:57 market is continuing that, it's up. At that 25.50 mark, that's when the market drops at 25.50. At 6:59, after that drop, the market went up again, and it was all the way up at 47. So I believe I took the 45 at that time, and it dropped down to about 49.6 when it closed. And then that's kind of what happened. Let's kind of replay it back probably and just watch it. I guess we could watch it in slow-mo a little bit. And this is just how I do it. I just go back, just watch it, see what I was looking at. One problem with that already off top, just so you know, period, is that anytime you have a psychological time, which is like 7 o'clock, you got 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, etc., right? When you get those psychological times and you're on the 5-minute binaries, it's most of the time it's best to let that trade go by, being that it's a psychological time. What happens at those psychological times is that many times the price will push up or push down, make surges and peaks at the last moments. And when I say last moments, I'm saying as we're looking at the one that I was referring to. I know I was in this probably at the last minute when this happened. So that means it probably was like 45, 50 seconds left when I was in this, and then it shot all the way down. Sellers jumped in the market and pushed the market down. And this happens mainly at those psychological times. Like if I did that at 6:50 or 6:55, most likely the market wouldn't have did that. But at the psychological times, you got to always be careful, because on the bigger time frames, it's things happening. So that's the first thing wrong off bat with that particular trade. I was trying to be slick, really, and go against rules and try to jump in there. What else can we look at to determine why this was not a good trade at the time? 6:58, right before that, you see this drop. That drop right there automatically tells you that you got to be careful. It showed that it dropped to 650, 25, 45, whatever, and it stayed over it at the time, but it was very close. Very close. So these things in cumulative fashion, right? You put them together and it looks worrisome. in the trade. So I could already tell that off bat without replaying it, but being that we do have a replay feature, I guess we could actually replay it. So we could start from like 6:30, right? I started from 6:30, right? And let's just replay it really quickly. Let me get it just so you could just see that screen, so you can see the whole thing just play out by itself. All right, let's go over there right now. All right, press play on it. What we got going on? And this is how, oh, and we got the ball moving. So we're starting at the 6:30 bar. This is each minute, right? And it's going, of course, it's going faster than a minute. It's about every 3 seconds. But we're just watching it, getting the feel of how the market will go. So right here, I'm looking at it going lower at this point, right? That's something I'm looking at. Two-sided trading started to come in here. So I see that. This is the 641, 642. Weakness, more weakness in the market. We already see that this area has issues. Now, right here, I know this is when I'm watching it go up. This upward movement right here, right? This is the strength in the market I was watching right there. More strength in the market when buyers really started to come out, right? And then you start seeing the weakness arrive in the market right there, right? You start seeing the weakness starting to kind of show itself coming into the market, because you know it just went over this high point. So you can expect people to start taking some profits. It's coming close to 7 o'clock. And that was another thing with this particular trade. 7 o'clock, there was news there. So I would just order all the way, just doing wrong at that time, right? That's what I say about emotions, and what you believe and perceive about things are not always what is going on. and that's so much life. The way you look at things sometimes ain't really what's going on, and you'll make a mistake that will be costly because of it. And every one of these mistakes is costly. I'm going to show you after this how, because of this one trade, what had to occur after it. But let's go on further and let's just watch it. It's almost to that 7 o'clock time. This is at the 6:54, so only 6 minutes left. I know I saw this also. I watched that knowing that it got this push here at 25:40. Now, another interesting point that I always will bring up is that usually when you get these pushes, they're going to be like 4 pip pushes, cause how the market moves. We'll go further into that. But let's just watch. I'm talking too much. So here goes that nice, push at 25.48. I would have saw it hit that 25.50, and I should have known right there. Now I see two-sided trading coming in, and that's where it got all twisted, right? That point right there, twisted up. But we know we did kind of wrong with that. It just went against all our rules, so we had to get hammered because you go against your rules. Certain rules in life that you shouldn't violate. Your own personal rules that you shouldn't violate in life, and if you do, you pay for it. So that was that one at 7 o'clock. Let's just see what we had to do after that one. We jumped in at 735, right? 735 after that. Let's look at that 735. That was a sell at 735. Where we at with that? 735. Let's just watch that coming up, right? So it's strong buy-in. The sellers started coming in the game right there. This is, look to me, good selling point right there. We get that nice little drop. Buyers starting to come in, the two-way trading. Buyers start to try to make a move right there. Strong rally. $7.35 was my trade. So we'll when we get down there, we'll pause it. This is like the 720. You see the weakness coming back in the market, the sellers coming back in the market to answer. You see right there, see right here, it came down to about halfway down. Buyers come back into the market right there. Buyers start coming back into the market. Oh, you see this little spike here. Some in the market might consider it like a pivot. And so we see the market start to, again, gain some rally strength. Let's just watch it. Our trade was at 735. Here goes the sellers trying to move the market down. Two-way trading happened right there. Right? We starting to get close. Two-way trading starts to pop up right at that point. Still at halfway point. Let's look on. 730. Two-way trading going on. Right here. Okay, at 730, this was a candle. Market broke down with the sellers. Sellers couldn't move it past the bottom of this point again. Buyers started to bring the market back up. This candle right here, very, very telling candle. And it shows the strength in the market. So once I saw this candle right here, 25.62, I'm looking for the market to hit up to 66. Right? Top of this candle at least. Right? So I'm already in that buy mode. 7:35. Right? We're after the psychological time. So I'm already in buy mode. Let's see how we played it out. Some more weakness right there. Market couldn't get down. Then right here, we see nice push down. This right here, this rejection, and you notice is that two-sided trading again, and we continually get that rejection up top, and it was the price about 25.624. Of course, we can't. This is our outside chart, not Nadex, so we're just going by what's going on here. So what did we go on at? 25.67 is what we went in at. Right? We was 25, so we got the price up here. We got the price up there. And as we saw, market ended up, let's see. That market ended at under 25, under 60, under 62, under 62. So we was good. Next candle brought back buying strength immediately, right? Remember, it was two-sided trading going on anyway. All right, so that was under 62. That was a good trade. Actually, that trade worked out very well, and it was I wanted that one because I knew that one would help avenge, I guess, the loss. I want to say avenge because it was not necessarily a revenge trade. I knew that the 7 o'clock trade was just blah, period. So the 7:35 trade I knew was the trade I actually was supposed to wait for and take and be patient for, but I did not. So I took the 7:35, and that was exactly what I wanted to do, and that came out well. And I timed it very well on that one. Let me see, that's 7:35 right here, right? The order 7:35. That's out. Yeah, it was 15. Yeah, for 16.25. So that was cool. That was about 240. So that helped start on I guess a comeback. Next trade was at 2:20 p.m. How many was this? This was for 15 contracts at 2:20. So let's move to 2:20 on here and see what was going on. 2:20. 12, 2:20. What's that? 4, 12, 13, 14. We'll go about 2 o'clock, right? Is this it right here, or am I going to 12, 12? This is 7:35. What is that? That's not the time I want. Let me come out of here first. Let's come out of replay mode first. And then let me try it. I want to go to one. December 12th. Alright, December 12th. 2 o'clock, right? What's the problem with that? Okay, right here. We took the trade at 2:20 right here. 2:20, and that was another sell, right? Was that a sell? Buy. I'm sorry. 26.23, and that was a buy. 26.23, 2:20, 23. When did this drop at? That must have been right here. This is where we was at. Okay. This one was very well in range too, right? Because it closed at 26.1. What was that? 26.23. Ay. Let's just watch that one real quick. Let me see what goes on. Where do we start at? 1400, right? Let's do that. $1,400. We start from right about here. Alright, and let's see what happens. Alright, this right here was the 2 o'clock. Weakness came into the market, right? Watching the buyers answer, do a little answering back. And of course, this is on the 1 minute, so it's going to be a lot of flopping, a lot of faults, breakouts, a lot of traps. All right. So this is 412. Let's finish at 415. Right? Now this is the one we was in. And we bought. Right? That's where we bought at. Boom. And that's where it closed. Nice buy right there. Right before the market starts to drop down. Okay. What else we got? What else we got going on? And this is the problem when you lose any one of these, because now you have to go on. If you don't have to, what I like to do is that if I take a loss, I'm figuring, well, now I know the next couple of days is what I use to, you know, get back to where I would have been, because I know I just take your time, and you'll be right back to where you've been was at anyway. You won't even miss it. You only get anxious at the time that it all goes down. Like at that time, you get very anxious. That being said, the next trade was at 325. 325. That was the next trade, and that was 15 contracts. That must have been pretty good too. 26.49 was the contract. We sold, and it went down to 26.467. So trades like that I like, because it looked, from what I'm looking at when I see it, I know that it wasn't too much tension, you know, in it. Let's see at that 325 then. What was happening? 325. 325. Let's get out of that real quick. 325, right? 15. I go to 1500. All right, that's 3 o'clock right there. And we're going to 325 right here. Okay, what did we do on that? We sold 26.49 right here. Okay, I see why we did that, because that was beautiful, right? I'm not even going to replay it. I'm just going to actually look at what the market was doing from this point right here. We see a nice rally, taking profits, right? Because the rally kind of continues. More taking profits, rally continues nicely. Right at this point right here, the sellers come in to answer, respond, and start breaking down the market a little bit until we get two-sided trading right here. Little decision was made, and we decided to start selling strongly. This bar right here says a lot, shows how the market climaxed. Right there, nice climax, and then the sellers came right back into the market to say let's continue what we was doing, right? I got in the trade somewhere along where this climax was still rocking off, because I was up here at 49, right? And you see At this last bar, buyers try to, start creeping back up there, but we was well in a safe range, so that was another good one. Let's see what goes on now. That was what time I said that was? That was 3:25, right? Then at 6:10, we got another one, right? What was the one at 6:10? 6:10 was for 2 contracts. It's like a little test of the market, see what's going on. That was for 2 contracts at 6:10. That was early in the session. Sometimes early in the session, I might sneak something that works out just to test the market, see what's going on. Let's leave that one. Let me see. What's gonna happen after that one? 6:10, 8:40. Shot another one. Another one right here. 8:40 market probably was a little tight. These are wins, so I'm not really going over them, I guess. Let's see what else goes on. 8:40, 9:05. We caught another one. That was for 3. Oh, you know what it is? At this time, I see there's not as much. It's not a much liquidity. So it's not enough contracts for me to have taken 10, 15 contracts. So I was taking what was on offering at the time. And very simple. All right. So it's actually no more losses to go through. It was just that one. Just that one. Let me see what the trade we took at 10:35. I'm just looking at the bigger trades, kinda, because I know usually at the bigger trades, I'm going to only take them at certain places in the market. Here's this 10:35 right here. That was for 15. And what time was 10:35? I just said that, right? Let me see if I can find that one. 22:35. Let's see. I don't know if the whole chat thing is working, but anytime you get on, hit the chat. Let me know. Okay, 22:35 was right there. Okay, 9:35. What did I do on that? I bought 26.23. Let's see what that was. Bought 26.23. Okay, I see. Wow, we was well in range. We was well in range. That's why 26.23 right there. Market just had made a large rally. See the sellers respond, buyers respond again. Everything over 26.23. Yeah, real easy trade. That's why it was for the amount of contracts I took it for, because it was a simple trade like that. All right. Let me see. Was that the last big one for that time period? 11:55. Let's see what happened then. All right. 11:55. All right. This was for 6 contracts, so we can look at that one. 11:55. 11:55. That's this one right here. Alright. This one right here. What do we do on that one? We buying or selling on that? Oh, we bought 6. We bought 26.13 on that one, right? $26.13. Oh, this is where it closed at, right here. This closed at 26 14, right? Somewhere up there. Let me see what it was actually. 26.14.2. Okay. And then the minute after it broke down, I see that we was in a decline. It was this decline. The market showed some strength for that time, and then the sellers, they answered, and you see this tail right here. That tail at the end led me to take that trade. Something that simple, but it led me to take that trade because it showed me that the buyers were there, and they should keep it over this particular point for the time that I went in there. All right, all right. Like I said, I tend to look at the losses more so. That was 11:55. Was that the last one? Yeah, next one next morning I was going through. I didn't take many trades or losses after that. So, all right, I just wanted to see what that loss looks like when I had it. I really just wanted to take a look at that real quick. Right here, all these trades that I was showing you, we were taking this with the real-time binary option instrument right here. It's called RBOY. This is the beta. It's in version 1 right now. I was messing with it today and I got it all screwed up, so I got to fix it. Now it was looking all wacky, kind of like this with all the lines and everything. So I got to do some fixer-uppers later on this evening probably. But this is real-time binary option instrument. I would really, if you're on, you subscribe, however that you do it, comment. I'd like to know some feedback on what you would like to see in your software instrument with the binary options, and what could be helpful with the binary options for you. All right, just looking at ways to really create more value in the market for everyone. I know that not everyone kind of has to really. Some people just don't have the time to do all the necessary sitting down and charting and all the parts that come with really being highly successful and learning the market. I believe this visual aid, the RBOY real-time binary option instrument, can be helpful with you confirming everything that you're doing. Kind of like someone, a well-schooled trader, just sitting on your shoulder and you're saying to yourself, well, I think this is a buy. And then that well-schooled trader saying, okay, yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead and take the trade. Now, you might ask yourself, you're like, well, well-schooled trader, how is the software, the instrument, a well-schooled trader? Well, what goes on, what happened, what is currently in the mix is that everything that goes on pretty much in the coding of the real-time binary option instrument, I coded it, I put it together. So it's me, and it's what I think about in the market and how I trade in the market, pretty much exactly. So anytime you see the instrument, most of the time you're going to see me on explaining it, going through it, always in a role of supporting the instrument. Because I have big dreams and big aspirations for what it can do for your trading and what it could do for regular people, just blue-collar regular people trading, retail traders, not someone that comes through with the shirt and tie that learned this, that, and the third. The guerrilla trader, regular dude, regular lady, woman, child, girl, man, you get the pictures. But I wanted to kind of make it really kind of simple. That's why it's visual. You know, a lot of, you see the parts that are grayed out in it. Those are the parts that you don't have to worry about. You'll see the overall market movement. You see the immediate market movement, and you get some level of signal indication of whether you should be buying or selling and what price is safe to do so. So that's how the real-time binary option instrument is moving along, and I absolutely know it's going to be helpful. What I hope is even more helpful and valuable is the information as far as taking a bad trade and going back and forth and looking at those bad trades that you might take and finding out what was going on with you at that time. Like when you go back and look at the trade, does it still look like a bad trade? If it looks like a bad trade, then when you go back in a new light like today and look at it, then you know it pretty much was a bad trade. If it was one of those trades that just turned out bad, then you have to also learn to live with losses. You have to learn to have losses not affect you. You have to kind of have losses fuel you in a positive way to get better at the craft. And usually getting better at the craft is training correctly, and training correctly is looking at the action in the market. That's important. Our boy is not signal, here. It's not what it's about. It's more so about an aid in helping you confirm what's going on in the market. So anytime you kind of deal with IMtheSIGNAL period, you're going to deal with the study of the market also, because the study of the market is ongoing, and the practice of it is what makes us profitable, right? We're practitioners of market science, so we're currently always doing in it, so forth. So that being said, I want to make it possible that just everyone more so could get in. We always say that it's only, at the top, of course, it only could be 1%, 5%, 3%, or whatever it is at the number at the top, of course. But there's other levels to play the game at. There's other levels you can play the game at, and there's other levels to be profitable at. And when I look at the internet and what is possible with what we do, we could just say, the old cliche, sky's the limit, so forth and so on. But to make the sky's the limit, it's going to take effort, work, an ethic, a culture, an ethos that we have to create. So all this will be done as we move further and further along in the process. My name is Enrico Janko. I'm the Signal, and you're seeing the real-time binary option instrument. I'm gonna jump on from time to time because I'm still trying to get used to some chat stuff on here, and I want to be able to chat when there's people to chat with. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you enjoy your weekend. I hope this was valuable for you, and please, you leave a subscribe, leave a comment, whatever, so I know kind of like which direction to take with this. All right? See you real soon. Bless.